Welcome to the RSP Boiler Room. I'm Matt Waldman with the Rookie Scouting Portfolio. Today we're going to take a look at Oklahoma tight end Mark Andrews, who I think has the type of skill sets that NFL teams will like as well as fantasy owners. And oftentimes I like to bridge the gap between fantasy and reality with the work that I do. Realistic methods in terms of how you evaluate football, but at the same time, looking at players from a fantasy perspective when possible. And I think that Andrew certainly provides that. You can see this on a couple of plays here. First, I want to show you some nice nuance here with this play where he sets up this edge defender with a block where he kind of reaches out to block, gives the defender his outside hip, and then works to the inside and catches the pass for the touchdown. So let's give it a look here. You can see first that he sets up pretty well, squares the defender, gets his hands inside, but he starts to open up this hip enough so that the defender feels like that he's winning this reach block and is going to be able to get outside. And you can see that what that is just baiting that defender so that he can release inside, gets his arm over the defensive back here who's playing in the flat, chops across, or basically kind of a combo of a chop and an arm over, turns back and points for the ball. It's a well done play. You can see, again, it's a nice setup. Looks like he's really blocking. That opening of the hips, that's totally him. That's not the defender. It's what Andrews did. And that is the bait right there, is to give that defender the impression that he's losing the block but still trying to block. And then this little arm over, and see how he had the arm out calling for Mayfield to throw the ball. It's good awareness while he was still making contact with the defender. Still good, right about here. He's still making contact with the defender, but he's got his arm out and looking back for the ball. And then just a good catch, high points the ball with his fingertips, makes the play. Easy. Now we're going to get a close-up look with this. You can see here where he's got his hands. He purposely has his hands to the outside shoulder here because it's going to help him release, but he's still close inside enough with his outside arm to be able to give a little bit of a push, give the impression that he's making the effort to block while opening his hips to bait that defender, slide off with a good release, and good play right there. Now let's look at this one. This is a terrific play that gives you an idea of what he'll be able to do as an NFL player with the ball in his hands. And there are a number of plays like this in Andrews' repertoire. First, we're going to see this is kind of an over route where he's going to work inside, split the linebackers here, and then probably work across. But what he does here is something that I really like. One is you get this nice dip and splits these two defenders who probably should have had at least some contact to slow him down, but they didn't. But when he gets open here, instead of working across where the official is, he flattens out his route, looks back to the quarterback. Quarterback sees the same thing and just waits for it and settles into that zone, makes a good catch, leaves his feet. And I'd say that he leaves his feet a little too often sometimes on plays where he doesn't have to. But I would say he doesn't make a dramatic jump. He can get down the ground pretty quick. And then you get to see the footwork. He doesn't have amazing hips where you're going to see him drop his weight and make jump cuts like Jordan Reed. But he has good footwork and good flexibility in his hips. And you're going to see it on this play where a couple steps to the outside and then this dip to the inside to set up that safety and kind of swerve around so that you've got that hip turn and the ability to bring that inside leg around to the outside leg so that he can get clear of number two. We're going to watch it one more time. See how he's able to bend that around like that? That's good work. And he's then does a fantastic job of this one hard plant to cut back inside against the grain to beat the pursuit. Now he switches the ball. Nice job. Gets another 15 yards out of this. And again, not great hips. You don't see him at full speed, dropping his entire weight. But watch how he plants and then turns inside to try and spin through this wrap. And it takes a second hit to get him out of bounds. This is really good work. Even that little bend between these two defenders shows you the nimble, fluid nature of his athletic ability. He's, not dynamic necessarily, but it's definitely NFL caliber athletic ability that is going to aid him making the first man or two miss in the open field in the same way that Austin Hooper can do for the Atlanta Falcons when he was out of Stanford. And I think Andrews is probably a little quicker and faster than Austin Hooper. Maybe not by much, but I think that, if Hooper can do it, I definitely know that Andrews has that ability in him as well. So from a receiver standpoint, this is a 6'5", 255-pound tight end. Definitely prototypical size or close to it. We're going to have to see more from him in the blocking game, but what you can see in terms of footwork, understanding how to set up releases in a variety of ways, getting open in zone, and making plays after the catch, this is a good prospect in those categories. Thanks again for watching. You can check out more RSP Film Room videos at my YouTube channel, the RSP Film Room, and my blog, www.mattwaldmanrsp.com.